our staff here is top-notch. They are the best at what they do. We'll put them against any city, and they are really here to help us. They make sure that they work for us. They make sure that the folks that come out and install this type of stuff do it correctly so that when we use it, we don't get hurt. So let's talk about gas. So natural gas, that was one of the most important things that came out of our conversations in the Inspire Pinecrest. And I guess the folks from Florida City Gas are here. Would you like to come on up? Thank you all for being here. This is a topic of great interest to us. So, there you go. Thank you.
Good evening. Please bear with me. I usually don't do presentations in front of people, so hopefully we'll get through this. We are a utility regulated by the Public Service Commission. I'm going to talk to you about the benefits of natural gas. I guess I have to put my glasses on. Okay, how do I work this? Okay. Forrest?
Need help?
Yeah.
Keep the space bar open.
The space, right? Or maybe
There you
we'll
go.
go back.
You don't need help.
Why choose natural gas? It's affordable, convenient and reliable, for comfort, abundance domestic supplies. Almost 99% of all the natural gas is manufactured in the US. It's got a low environmental impact and it's energy efficient. Okay. This is pretty much who we are. The territories that we cover for the city gas is in Miami-Dade County, from the southern Broward to the most of Miami, west of 27th Avenue, all the way down to Florida City. We are also in West Palm Beach County, Henry County, and Glades County, Port St. Lucie County, and River County, and Brevard County. Those are our service territory. East of 27th Avenue, there's another utility company called Tico People's Gas. Florida City Gas has been serving Miami area since the late 1940s and the upstate area since the late 1960s. The primary growth engines of the company through the years has been through the residential development, followed by our commercial activity and industrial business. As of now, we serve 107,738 customers. So we're a small utility. We're not really a big utility. All right. Natural gas costs less to burn than electricity, heating oil, propane, or kerosene. On an average, electricity costs 4 times more than natural gas. Convenience and reliability. Natural gas is piped directly into your home, regardless of whether the sun is shining or the wind is blowing. It's always there, we're always there when you need it, and you don't have to worry about running out of fuel or arranging fuel deliveries. Abundant domestic supply, like I said before, nearly 100% of all natural gas consumed in the U.S. is produced in North America, with 90% coming directly from the U.S. Available natural gas resources will meet our nation's needs for at least another 100 years. Actually, there are almost about 150 now. The environmental impact. Simply put, natural gas is the cleanest burning energy source for your home. The combustion natural gas emits 45% less carbon dioxide than coal. Energy efficiency. Natural gas is highly efficient. About 90% of natural gas produced delivered to customers as useful energy. In contrast, only about 30% of source that goes into generating electricity reaches the customer. Safety. The physical characteristics of natural gas contribute to an excellent safety record. Natural gas only allows for combustion in a concentration of 4 to 14% per volume of air. Above and below these amounts, it will not burn. Natural gas is lighter than air that would dissipate into the air rapidly. Those of you that have propane know that propane is heavier than air, so there's a propane leak, the propane lingers on the floor. Natural gas has a very high emission temperature, about 1,100 degrees Fahrenheit. This is almost twice the emission temperature of gasoline. Natural gas appliances for your home. We don't only talk about generators, but we talk about everything that you can have in your home that in the process will help you in case of an outage. Water heater, tankless water heaters, heat only when you need it, reduces standby generator loss, and reduce standby energy loss, and water left on unused tank. Cooking, laundry. We don't use this in Florida, but home heating. And standby generators. Be prepared for any power outage with a standby generator fueled by natural gas. Your generator is linked directly into our natural gas system and turns on automatically in case of a power failure or blackout. We also have outdoor living for your home, grills, never run out of charcoal, never worry about filling a tank. Pool heaters, if your pool and spa more efficiency and with fewer greenhouse gas emissions. Outdoor lighting, wall-mounted lights and tiki torches set the mood for all your outdoor entertainment. Recoup your costs with our energy conservation programs. Whether you're a new or existing company, you'll get money back when you purchase and install an energy savings natural gas appliance. Our energy conservation program provides cash rebates and allows the customers to switch or add natural gas appliances to their home. And these are our rebates. If you switch from electric to gas and a tank water heater, you'll get a $500 rebate. If you get a non-efficient tank water, a high efficiency tank water heater is $550 rebate. A tankless water heater is $675 rebate. The furnace, which nobody uses in Florida, is $725. A cooking range would be $200. The dryer would be $150, and your air conditioning will be $1,200. If you already have a tank water heater in your home and it goes down and you need to replace it, we will still give you $350 rebate for doing so. And high energy efficiency, $400. For the tankless water heater, you will get $550. For your furnace, $500. For your range, $100. And for your dryer, $100. So even after you being a customer, if you replace your equipment 7, 10 years from now, we still give you a rebate on that equipment. Value advantage. Natural gas availability in a home increases the property value. Natural gas provides an edge over homes of similar construction quality and price range compared to homes without gas. Adding gas allows for other cost savings. Smaller electrical panels are less incoming amperage requirements. Backup generators can be downsized due to the primary appliances operating in natural gas, and rebates and utility incentives that sets off additional costs. So basically, switch to natural gas, save money, earn cash rebates, peace of mind, surround your family with the comfort of natural gas. We believe the natural gas is hot, and we look to have further discussion how natural gas can bring value to your home.
So natural gas is about 300 feet from my house. About how much does it cost to
A lot.
extend?
All right, let me explain to you. Because we are a utility, this is the biggest question we ever get. Because we are a regulated utility, we have the tariffs we have to follow. Our extension of facility tariffs says we will take into consideration the equipment that you have. This is for any customer. When they call the one gas, whether they have a main there or not, we will take into consideration the equipment that you have, the usage that that equipment has on a yearly basis average, and the amount of money or margin that the company will make on your account on a yearly basis. That amount is multiplied by 6, and that's the maximum amount of money that we can give you to help you with the cost of installation. Anything above that is an aid to construction, or basically the out-of-pocket that you will have to put. When we have the structure in front of your house or across your house, usually when you have a water heater, a range, and a dryer, your installation is free. A lot of people are, confused. They say, oh, the gas lines are free. No, that's the way that it's calculated. Because of the consumption of those appliances, and the average installation for a home is about between $1,200 to $1,500 for the service line and the meter. The main itself, if it's not there, is about $30 a foot to install. So if you got 300 foot, you can do pretty much, it's going to cost you about $30,000 to bring the gas. You know, so that's the only problem that we have. The reason that is in the tariff is because we want to protect the ratepayers that we have now, the customers that we have now, because if the company makes a bad investment or bad judgment and loses money, that goes back to the rate and it goes back to the cost and is added to the cost of the people that are using natural gas now.
So we've received inquiries from your organization over the years. We always fill them in and send them back and say, yeah, we got gas appliances, we're using them, using a tank. We never hear back from you guys. Is that because there is no interest in Pinecrest? Or
There is a lot of interest in Pinecrest. The reason being is that we have to have enough interest, enough customers that are really willing to get gas in order for this to become feasible.
Well, I mean, as you said, every decision requires a financial plan. If you were able to come to the neighbors, such as the co-ops do, for instance, for solar energy, and say, okay, listen, everybody huddle up, this whole street, if you all want gas, it's going to cost you this much each. Right now, you don't have any kind of a unified front to us as neighbors, so that we can make any sort of a reasonable decision. We don't have any idea what the costs are. Your mailers don't describe those things. So we have absolutely no idea of what it would take. So everybody says, yeah, we're interested, but what does that really mean?
This is one of the things that we're doing. This is why we're here. One of the things that we're doing. And believe me, we have, in the past, done exactly that. There's usually one neighbor that want gas, and that one neighbor talks to everybody on the block. And we kind of calculate, and that's pretty much the way we have done the extension. The second problem that we have is, especially after the storm, we used to do a lot more of that. Since the storm, we have received over 5,000 calls, and we got everybody pretty much running around, and they're giving attention to those people that have infrastructure that we can get to. But in the long run, this is what we want to do. This is what we're trying to come up with a plan with the city of Pinecrest. This is what we want to explain to the public, how to get natural gas. Because if you call me, you call our office, we usually look at your address and we will tell you, look, our gas line is a block away. You're 5 houses down. So if you talk to the 4 people before you get to you, that will be fantastic because you won't all be able to get gas. But it does require a little bit of work on your part as a neighbor to talk to the rest of them. If I go knock, first of all, this is Miami. If I go knock in somebody's house at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they're going to shoot me. They're not going to open the door. So, and by law, we're not allowed to solicit, by the way, because being a utility, I'm not allowed to go knock on your door. I can leave something on your door, but I'm not allowed to knock on your door. But it does require someone like you that talks to your neighbors, but you have to initiate the first phone call.
We have several people on the block that are interested.
I'm going to give you my card. I'm going to give you my card. Yes, ma'am.
Are you the person that we call to say how close are we to a line?
Basically, you call our 800 number, and that is dissipated back to our office. There's 4 of us in the office. We all have different territories. But if you call the 800 number, that creates what is called a business case with your information, your address, and they'll send it to our office, and then somebody, the rep, will call you back and set up everything with you. So he said it's about 7 to 12 day process.
May I ask another question?
Yes, ma'am.
Mayor, may I?
Yes.
We have gone through this around and around about getting water in Pinecrest. Why have we not made this a similar effort or some effort to get natural gas, since we're crippled by power outages? And it makes more sense, it seems to me, environmentally and cost-wise, to provide this facility to the Pinecrest residents. Why have we not explored it like we did water?
Okay, can I add something to that?
Yes, go ahead.
Because I did get a quote from you guys. And the problem is, if you don't do something like the lady suggested, I'm not going to change all my appliances to gas, because they're electrical. So unless I have gas, I'm not gonna buy new appliances, AC, et cetera, so if
It's a vicious circle. yeah.
following her thought, that's why I wanted to add this, if Pinecrest gets involved in some way, you know, we can make the effort.
I don't think we have done it till now because we didn't necessarily know that it was of critical importance. So what, this year we went through that Inspire Pinecrest campaign, which we brought the community together and asked the question, what are the things what are your ideas that make our lives better in mitigating after the storm? And it came up that natural gas was absolutely one of those. So under this administration, we've started to now focus on that. You know, for over a decade, we've been focused on water. The unfortunate thing is that I found over the years that retrofitting infrastructure into an already built environment is an extremely costly enterprise. The water system, and Miami-Dade County is here, and they're going to explain how we can pay for some of these things with how we can do this. Fact is, the water isn't Pinecrest infrastructure. It's Miami-Dade County infrastructure. And this, just like FP&L, they're not our power lines, and AT&T's lines are not ours. This is a utility just like AT&T or FP&L. And so we're not in control of it. And therefore, we have to partner with these guys. And that's really what we're doing this year. We're forming better relationships with FP&L so that they're more responsive. We're working with AT&T. We're working with Florida City Gas so we can hopefully expedite this. Yes, sir.
I was just going to agree. It's a great opportunity. I know for the past 20, 30 years, I think natural gas has been missing the opportunity in Pinecrest. I'm a semi-retired architect, and every house in Pinecrest, the first question someone asks is, you know, can I get a gas stove? Can I get gas appliances? No, we can't because it's not in Pinecrest. I can guarantee almost every new house, and there's thousands that have gone up in Pinecrest for multi-million dollars. They all want gas appliances and gas hookups, and hopefully now, this is great, you know, we'll be able maybe to get a citywide solution to get you guys in here.
And so an answer to your question is most of our customers, they don't change everything. Somebody might start with, you know, the water heater went down, the water heater is 15 years old, you put a water heater. Then when you want to change the range, you already have a water heater, so now you're going to put a range. And when it's time to change your dryer, you're going to change your dryer. So most of our customers don't start, unless it's brand new construction, unless it's somebody that is remodeling the house, they don't put everything at once. They just start with one appliance, little by little. Whether they have the main there or not, that's usually the way it is. It's also very important that you understand. A generator is considered a standby appliance. It's the only appliance that receives no credits toward construction. So if you have a generator and the main is in front of you, you're still looking between $1,200 to $1,800 depending how much line, which is the average cost of a residential service line, that you will have to pay because we will give you no credit. However, you put a water heater with that generator and now you don't pay anything. So I always tell people you can pay me or you can pay yourself because you're going to spend the money anyway. So you can pay yourself and invest the money in your home and be able to not have to pay for it and have a brand new water heater. By the time you put what you're saving on the generator installation and the rebate, really you're not going to pay anything for that water heater. And it's an investment in your home instead of paying me the $2,000.
So what did you say was the approximate cost per foot?
The approximate cost per foot of the main
Of the main, yes.
is about $30.
$30 a foot.
We got an estimate for over $4,000, and it's across the street from you guys,
Was it for a generator only?
just the line, just to get gas to my house.
Are you on a DOT road?
Your house,
Yeah.
gas is available in your
Yes,
neighborhood.
there's a new development in 7th where the horses were,
Yeah.
and they have gas. So just to go from that corner to my house, which is over here, over $4,000.
Okay, that
Look
corner.
at those
Is
faces.
it crossing the street?
Huh?
Is it crossing the street or the gas is in a corner? You have to have,
It's crossing the street, so it's expensive to do.
you have to have somewhere that a little bit of a main station. Because $4,000 would be a lot. Is a generator
It's a
only?
lot too. but maybe it's come down, I'm gonna call you again and see.
One of the things, listen, I don't know how you, listen, no, one of the things that came down and made a big difference was our gross up tax. Whatever amount of money that was left after we gave the maximum allowable construction cost, if you had $1,000, there was almost 30% tax on that. It went down now to 14% with the new tax rate. So there is a difference as far as money. So please call by all means. By all means, call.
Well, I do want to put you on notice on one thing, particularly in the case of myself and several neighbors. We have all sunk tanks or have done installations on the side of our homes. We have already plumbed our homes for gas. The money that we paid to sink those tanks, get those permits, pour those slabs, could have been given to you. It wouldn't have been that much more. The problem was that about 10 years ago, we couldn't even get anybody at your company to answer the phone.
That is absolutely true. That's one of the reasons they hired me.
We all agree.
Now it's 10 years. I've only been there 8. So, but no, I agree with you.
The money's going to get spent if people are remodeling a home and they want gas, they're going to put it in. The question is if you're going to make any money.
Well, this is what I tell people. Okay, her situation. Maybe it costs $4,000 to bring the gas line. It's going to cost the same amount of money to bury a tank, if not more. So in the long run, you're going to pay one or the other, but you're going to pay the differences. You're not going to have to worry about the delivery after, 72 hours, making sure they bring you gas, and your cost per gallon, all taxes included, our therm, which is the unit that we use, is $1.19 versus $2 up to $4. I've seen it as far as $4 a gallon. And there's 1.2 gallons of propane in each therm, and our therm is $1.19. So the savings alone versus propane on the cost are worth it. But again, if you just bury a tank last year, you need to have your ROI. It's going to take you 5-6 years to recoup your money. So you can use the same piping that you did for propane. You can use the same piping inside for natural gas.
What they're saying is they'd love for you to come out and put natural gas in, they just haven't had no success in attracting you.
Well, we're trying, we hear, there's still some rules I gotta follow, unfortunately. But we are gonna try to put something together, and we are definitely gonna work with the city. And I'm gonna give you my business cards. Let me have your address, let me take a look at it, let me see what you would need in order to get gas there. Same to you.
Excuse me, and Elder, who is your competitor for gas in South Florida?
In South Florida, we don't have no competition. We're a utility like FPL. We have territories. This is my territory, there's not another road. Yeah,
It's just you?
in my territory, yes. In the territory that I showed you before, the natural gas company is Florida City Gas. Like here, the electric company is FPL. We are like FPL, we're a utility. We're not a natural gas company. We're not a propane company. We're a utility. So we're totally regulated different. The difference is, because we are regulated, I cannot increase your cost every month. I cannot tell you now because the storm came that I'm going to charge you more to come make a delivery. So it has its benefits. But there is no competition unless you go to the other side, then you got Tico, but it's not really competition because we both companies got assigned territories. Natural gas is not regulated in the state of Florida.
Where does it come from, the natural gas?
Come from Texas, Louisiana, Alabama. Yeah.
The Gulf Coast states are primarily what feed the state.
Mm-hmm.
And the pipeline is all inland, or?
Yeah, there's the Florida Gas Transmission operates a pipeline that originates over in Texas, and it comes down from the other states along the Gulf Coast, and it comes into the state, follows down the Turnpike I-95 corridor to South Florida. There's another one that runs under the Gulf of Mexico, known as the Gulf Stream line. It comes up over on the west coast of Florida and terminates around the Florida Power and Light Central Energy, or their Western Energy plant in Palm Beach County.
So in case of a hurricane, let's say that over the land pipeline gets damaged, we can still get gas through the other one?
There's still gas coming in. Florida Gas Transmission runs dual pipelines, so there's a 48-inch pipe and there's another one right beside it. So the odds of both of them being damaged at the same time are pretty slim. And when you look at the gas coming into the state, these are very large lines running at very high pressure. There's something known as line pack. So if up around Ocala somewhere, there's a compressor blowout and they have to shut the valves down and stop feeding gas into the rest of Florida, there's a lot of supply of natural gas packed into that pipe. And you could run for days or maybe even weeks on the gas that's in that line before anybody ever noticed a pressure drop, and that gives them time to get it fixed.
Could the customers find out where your infrastructure exists and maybe they're close?
They have to call for their address. Since 9/11, we're not allowed to give our maps.
Really?
So it's top secret.
So what's your 1-800 number?
1-800-993-7546.
Thank you.
To give you an idea, that after the last hurricane, we lost 57 customers in a whole area of operations that were restored within 24 hours. And the reason we lost them was people that have big trees, the line went out, everybody was fixed in less than 24 hours. So of 100,000 customers, we had problems with 57, and they were out within 24 hours.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.